Simpson refused to believe there was anything seriously wrong or investigate what was causing the death. But until someone did that, the bodies would keep piling up. Dr. John Snow, today best known for proving that cholera is waterborne, soon became intrigued by the chloroform death. He looked into the autopsy reports and noticed the victims had certain things in common. The people who died were, on the whole, young, fit or fearful. So what on earth was going on? This is now an ad agency, but 150 years ago it was Snow's home and the place where he did many of his chloroform experiments. Snow was cool, analytical. He carefully studied, measured and calculated.
He looks at case after case after case after case, looking for the pattern. He tabulates, he records, he turns things into statistics. Snow studies subjects to death.
In his own time and at his own expense, Snow measured the exact quantity of chloroform in the dead bodies. And he experimented using chloroform on animals. Snow soon discovered that chloroform can badly damage the heart. That's because chloroform reduces the rate at which every cell in the body works. It acts particularly fast on brain cells, so it knocks you out. But chloroform can also slow heart cells, and too much will make them stop. Chloroform is actually an extremely dangerous drug. Just 1/3 of a teaspoon is enough to knock you out. 1/2 teaspoon enough to kill you. So that explained part of the mystery, why the young and the fit died. They needed a higher dose to knock them out, and the higher dose pushed them much closer to the fatal dose. But why did it matter if you were fearful? Snow realized that they were the ones who were struggling, holding their breath for as long as possible. Eventually, they'd take an enormous gasp and inhale enough chloroform to stop their hearts. Splashing spoonfuls onto a handkerchief and putting that on the patient's face was clearly not a great technique. To reduce the risk of overdose, Snow invented one of these things. It's a chloroform inhaler. What you do is you pour the chloroform in here, then warm it up with the hands so it creates a vapour. The vapour comes up through a tube and into a mask. Much, much safer than splashing some of it onto a handkerchief. Snow administered chloroform to over 4,000 people, including Queen Victoria, without a single death. Thanks to John Snow, chloroform became a much safer drug and went on being used well into the 20th century.
Snow is a particular form of genius. He creates a strong sense of medicine as a research project. And in that respect, he's the founder of a new idea of what medicine is.
Back in Scotland, Simpson and his career were unaffected by Snow's devastating criticism. Simpson refused to accept that chloroform was inherently dangerous. When he died in 1870, he was a national hero and had a huge state funeral, the largest in Scottish history. Flags flew at half-mast and 30,000 mourners lined the streets. The bombastic Simpson brought chloroform to the attention of the world, but it was Snow who made it safe. Simpson has statues and memorials, hospitals named after him. All Snow has is a small grave, a plaque, and a pub. But his legacy lives on.
Without the modern anaesthesia, this type of operation would have been impossible. Surgeons haven't got a wriggling, screaming patient to operate on. They're not chasing them around the room, if you like. So they now can take their time, be more delicate, be more precise,